Hello again, 3A. I have another video for Bible. Now, in Bible, we've been talking about the Israelites, and recently we talked about the Gibeonites asking the Israelites for help. Now, I'm going to read a story about the Canaanites and their perspective. And this is from the perspective of a Canaanite boy. Now, as I'm reading, I'm going to pause and hold up a paper. And when I hold it up, you are going to read this part. Okay, I want you to participate. Make sure you do. So when I pause and I hold up the paper says, "Over the Jordan and into Canaan went God's own people, the Israelite clan." Okay, so when I hold it up, make sure you are saying it, okay? Are you ready? All right, over the Jordan. Uncle tells the strangest stories. He tells me about the Israelite people who crossed the Jordan River one spectacular day and frightened the people of Jericho with their silent daily marches around the city. He tells how the city walls fell with a crash on the seventh day, and that only one woman with her family remained. He tells how the Israelites built altars and sacrificed animals as offerings to their God for winning the battle. Are you ready? Over the Jordan and into Canaan went God's own people, the Israelite clan. Uncle tells how an Israelite kept some of the loot from the battle of Jericho for himself. This man, it seems, disobeyed the Israelite God. Because he disobeyed, God did not help the Israelites fight the battle of Ai. Men died. The people of Ai rejoiced. It's your turn. But when the Israelites found the disobedient man and punished him and asked God's forgiveness for their sin, they returned to fight the people of Ai. And this time, they won. Your turn. Our people, my uncle says, are clever people. Once the people of Gibeon walked right into the Israelite camp, pretending to have walked a long way and hoping to make a peace treaty. Joshua asked lots of good, sensible questions, but he didn't ask God for advice. Joshua made the peace treaty, and then he found out he'd been tricked. Later, when the Israelites came across Gibeon on their journey, they did not attack it. They could not. They had promised not to. Your turn again. He tells about other wars. They went on for years. How the southern kings and their kingdoms were completely destroyed by Israelite men who were far less in number than any of our own armies. He tells about the panic of our northern kings and their plans to unite and fight with an even bigger army. God, my uncle says, won that battle for them too. I hope you're saying it. The Israelites, my uncle says, were led by Joshua for many long years. While Joshua led them, they were strong. But then the time came for the Israelites to be given their own land. It was easy to see which tribes were weak, which tribes were strong. We could see at a glance which tribes didn't trust and obey their God, and which tribes did nothing without asking God for advice. Old Caleb, the oldest man among the Israelites, asked Joshua for the land of Hebron, where the giants still lived. Joshua granted it to him, and Caleb went on his way, conquering the land with the help of their God. The tribe of Ephraim and half the tribe of Manasseh were given the best land of all in Gezer. There was only one problem. Our people still lived there. They wanted more. They said they had a greater number of people. Joshua said, since they had such a big tribe, that they should conquer us. They were also allowed to move up into the hills. They could cut down trees and build their towns and cities on the hillsides. Ephraim and Manasseh took one look at our own people, half-heartedly fought a battle or two without the presence of their God, and lost. My people, the Canaanites, still live in the land given to Ephraim and Manasseh. The Zebulun tribe were given Kitron and Nahalon. They tried to conquer us, but we were stronger. The Zebulun tribe did not get rid of the Canaanites who lived in Kitron and Nahalal. They didn't get rid of their altars and idols either. Your turn. The tribe of Dan attacked the Amorites, and the Amorites won. Dan had to stay in the hill country. The Israelites weren't very happy, my uncle says. They couldn't understand what had gone wrong. They sacrificed at our altars. They worshipped our gods. They made peace treaties with our people, but nothing worked. Still, they did not all conquer the land as their God had commanded them. The angel of the Lord, my uncle said, gave the Israelites a message one day. If we had known about the message then, we would have fought to the death and got all of our land back. You promised, the angel said, that you would not make peace treaties with other nations. You promised to tear down the altars where they sacrifice to their idols. You didn't keep your promise. Because you won't keep your promise, I'll respect your request to not have me involved in your lives. But that means I won't be there to help you defeat your enemies. We won many battles, my uncle says. We took their crops and their livestock and their possessions. The Israelites could not do anything. They cried for mercy, but we showed none. We didn't know it wasn't us they wanted mercy from. They begged mercy from their God. They were sorry they had done wrong, and they asked God for forgiveness. They stopped worshiping our gods. They destroyed our altars. We were very angry, but their God was very pleased and helped them win more battles. They're a strange people, those Israelites. The way they change all the time. So, that was from a Canaanite boy, and the stories that he heard from his uncle. And now you have some questions on Seesaw, so make sure you get to them. Bye.